I've seen too, in some of the coaching engagements that I've done and some shared coaching engagements that we've had together. And I think there is a level of maturity that is required of companies that have remote workers, regardless of whether they're staff aug or they're local, so to speak, W-2 employees. I feel like having these daily disciplines, weekly one-on-ones, measurement of outcomes from each individual and how they contribute to the team and to the company. I feel like if you haven't done that yet internally, even like with your own service desk, if you haven't brought on a remote person, that needs to be something that you get nailed down before you bring on your first remote person, let alone somebody that you might bring on that staff aug in a completely different country. Like it, or am I off base? Like you're like, nah, man, you can just jump.
You're spot on in the sense that those are absolutely required. And I will tell you that when we first started the scale, we were really open to, hey, do you need a resource? We got a resource. And we found some common themes of failures. And what you just described was very, very high on the list. And so we actually vet clients more closely now, in that if they are unwilling to adopt those practices, we'll tell them, hey, we need to be careful here. In some cases, we've actually said we're not going to place somebody there. And it's in part because we know the probability of success is low if you don't have those disciplines in place. Now, it may be an opportunity to create those disciplines and get them off the ground, and we'll coach you through that. We've actually had quite a few clients where we've really fundamentally changed their business because we've put in place the 30, 60, 90-day program, the daily disciplines, encourage huddles and on video, and it's changed the culture. And it's been fun to see that. But unless they're willing to adopt those types of practices, there's a good chance it's going to fail. And again, this has nothing to do with Philippines or South Africa or India. It could be anywhere. It's more about engaging a remote team.
So all that sounds great until I realized that South Africa is, 6 hours ahead of us, or however many hours we're in Central Time.
7 right
like
now.
8 hours. 7. Yeah. So, like, how do I deal with that? Like, do I have to do some sort of shift overlap? What do you recommend to people? Like, do they work on Central, like, US hours?
That's exactly right. Right. So that is one of the first questions that anyone asks, and they should ask. And our team members, I can't speak for everyone out there, but for ours, they work the US hours. They work the client's hours. So we have quite a few clients that will actually have the team members start at 4 a.m. our local time to start triaging, prepping, do server work, to do things that off hours that make sense. And now you've got a strong technical resource that can get the day started and then hand off if needed, or continue to work on it throughout the day. And they just simply end a little bit early. The time zone can either match yours, or you can be strategic about it and leverage it to your advantage. Not everyone can do that, but many do.
Do you find that it limits the pool of available resources if you're like, you need to be on my 8 to 5 schedule because I live in Chicago?
Yeah, not so much for us, because we specifically vet for that. So we are, if you give us a job description, we don't go look for that person. We know what a great MSP resource looks like. We're constantly vetting for them. We have a bench that we provide for interviews, and to kick it off really quickly for you. But all of those people know going into it, these are working U.S. hours, working U.S. holidays. They know what to expect. We have had a few that we had to have conversations with. For instance, if they were a company in Alaska and another one in Hawaii, the time zone was so far off that we needed to figure out a smarter way to handle it. But typical 4 time zones, you're in good shape there.